We're on the pier heading to Gola Island, and there's just a beach here. You park your car. I think that's the ferry up there in front of us, so we'll just check it out. It says Gola Ferry on it, so I'd imagine that's it. There's people out fishing. It's a mild morning. There's also people camping over there. But, let's see, the big ferry here to the left. Any luck? No luck this morning? What would you normally catch out here?
Pollock.
Oh, what is it?
Pollock.
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 Nice teas?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
There's bags down there.
How much is it per head? How much is it per head?
€15 per head.
15 euro per stop. So 15 euro per head. It's like we're going to America during the famine. You have your 2 helpers? You have 2 helpers? Right, so we're taking off now. So the captain just said from Easter onwards that there is some people on the island. This is the island we're going to. It's a couple of smaller islands off the coast of that one. The captain of the boat just has the boat just plowing on straight ahead. You paid, did you? It's 15 euro a head. Which way are you going, pal? Morning, is there a path this way? Is there a walking path this way?
There is a walk, but then it turns into, it turns into a path.
Okay, perfect. Down this way.
Down that way is right.
Perfect stuff, thanks very much.
No bother.
Right. So there was an old man cooking sausages for breakfast. A lot of old vehicles on the road or on the path. One of the first things Fiona said was, it's very peaceful here, which it is. You can just see the path that we're walking on. It's very rural. Around here looks like it's all boggy, and that area there with the water inside, it looks like there's been turf cut out of it, but we've just moved on to a more grassy patch here, and it looks like there's remnants of like some wall over there, but I'm sure we'll find some older houses as we go around. We went up a path that led straight to a man's house, and then to the right we kept walking up beyond it, and it went from dirt track to grass track. We're down here on the edge of the northeastern side of the island, I think, and it's just all exposed rock here. It's cool. This is all granite, I believe. It's cool, isn't it? So initial comments here on Gola Island off the coast of Donegal. It's remote, it's rugged, it's really peaceful, it's beautiful. There's not many people around. There was only 5 people on the boat this morning. As I said, we passed a person outside of a house, and there was someone inside cooking, and he was friendly. He told us which way we could go, and yeah, I'd say there's lots of stories to tell here. Lots of old stories. The island isn't inhabited anymore, but the landscape is unbelievable, surrounded by water, as an island would be, and there's smaller islands off the coast here. You can see very far off in the distance that there's actual caves in there as well, but the exposed granite here is absolutely gorgeous, actually. Yeah, and it's just a great spot for outdoor walkers so far. The wind today, the weather's good. It's not too windy, it's fine. But yeah, looking forward to exploring the rest of the island. Over where we are now, there's absolutely no one else here. You can only imagine that, like when the island would have been inhabited, it's rugged, you'd imagine the weather would have been extremely harsh. The terrain is extremely harsh. There's nothing built over this side of the island, it's all just exposed granite rock covered with bits of grass. And yeah, life here must have been quite difficult, and like, I suppose the way the world went in the 20th century, it's probably not hard to figure out why people would have eventually decided to move onwards onto the mainland of Ireland and try and get source more or better economic opportunities on the mainland in cities and towns. But also probably that's maybe the reason why now they're seeing a small bit of uplift, and seasonal residents on the island now trying to get away from the hustle and bustle of 21st century life, where there's no time to cut out and tune out of everyday life, news cycles, etc. I'm just after hiking up a hill from there up here, and I think I'm at the highest point on the whole island. It looks to me, I'm thinking I'm probably higher than that part over there. But what a spot! You can see absolutely everything in the whole island from here. Below me is the picturesque spot of the sea arches, I think, and that's where I'm guessing it's going to be. Then you have the lake in the middle, that's just over there, so around there, and you have the beaches. So yeah, absolutely fabulous spot. What a view. You can see the other islands, you can see Mount Derelict, you can see absolutely loads from up here. Okay, so, and we've made it to the famous sea arch. So the waves here would have been hitting this so much that it would develop the point of weakness in the middle, and it would have eventually hit from both sides, so the backwards and forward action of the water would have eventually caved out that little hole in the middle and left that unbelievable sea arch. Do you like it?
Yes.
So we've just finished looking at the sea arches, and actually I wanted to touch a bit on the Irish language here. So in my previous video of Mount Brennan I would have spoke about Gaeltacht regions of Ireland, and this area here in Donegal and off the coast of Donegal on Gola Island, this is a Gaelic region, or a Gaeltacht region, where Irish is spoken daily all the time. Now that's probably reducing all the time because of the modern world requiring English, but Irish is the first language here for many people, and we're going to make our way back towards civilization. We were just at the sea arch. We're going to head back along this way, which will intersect the path that we first veered off. You can actually see people camping on the island, and we were just saying that it'd be such a good spot to go camping because it's so peaceful, and there's a nice lake there as well, and actually just in front of them there's a nice little beach. But yeah, the weather's after turning fairly shit here. It's all cloudy, misty. We're making our way to the abandoned properties over here to have a look at them and see if there's anything interesting. But yeah, the eeriness levels have gone up a couple of levels because of the weather. Stopped in at that shop up there, and I was talking to the man inside the shop, and he was saying that that the last people left the island in 1966 because the last primary school on the island closed in that year. So anyway, it was untenable for people to stay there once that closed, but it's making a slow creep back. And he said that a lot of the people that are kind of doing up the houses, there's 3 or 4 ongoing on the island at the moment, so there are a lot of derelict houses you can see here behind me. But he said that a lot of the people that have grandparents connected to the island or some other generation connected to the island are now back, and they're doing up the properties on the island. So you can actually see from here, just this house here, it's all boarded up, and maybe someone's going to be doing that up, and the same with all these. So it's all people connected with the island. Right in front of me here, that one looks like it's been newly renovated, newer windows, new slated roof. So that's clearly a project that someone's working on. But just here you can see one of the more derelict traditional houses on the island that would have been here back in the 1960s and probably earlier than that. So you can see it's just all rubble. You can see one across the way there, no slates on the roof, it's overgrown. The sheep up here grazing. The misty Irish shores as well. Sheep running away. The gable end of the house. Here you can see sheep pelting away along, and I'm inside one of the ruins of one of these abandoned properties on Gola Island. You can see where the fireplace would have been, a window that's kind of, well, I'm not sure if it's a window, but these are windows. That's your view. Right, so after coming to a part of the grotto, or a part of the island that's dedicated to Mary, the Virgin Mary. Pretty common amongst all my videos in Ireland. There's a grotto in a lot of the videos that I've put up so far, a Marian grotto. Yeah, even on some of one of the most remote islands of Ireland, there is dedication to Mary, the Virgin Mother. And out just up here you can see a man working on one of the houses, and his mode of transport is a quad bike. So he gets around on a quad bike and he's actually doing up the house there. So maybe a grandparent or so owned the house, or a parent. And yeah, it's interesting to see. So there is extreme signs of life on the islands, and there's extreme signs of dereliction. And I suppose as the world modernised in the 20th century, opportunities on islands like these, and agriculture wasn't as easy to or viable to be a farmer, because you had bigger companies coming in and controlling the market, and smaller local style markets got phased out because of convenience. But we're just going to go over to this derelict property over here because I like the look of this one. Danger, do not enter building. Do not enter building. So you can see inside the house, completely derelict. There's nettles inside, no roof. There's a couple of temples over there. There's a nice house behind us actually there, but no roof, completely derelict. And do not enter, probably because the structural inadequacies of the house are just not safe for anyone to be in and around, which means I have to go in and have a look. Or, well, I won't enter, but I'll just have a look from the outside. So what are the rooms like? So look, you can see in, that's what it looks like. In there, just pure dereliction, and these would have been all inhabited in the 60s, 70s in Ireland, or well, probably earlier, the 50s and 60s of Ireland. But now, completely derelict. I wonder what that's for. It's like an offshoot of the house, maybe some sort of outhouse or something, maybe coal or an outhouse or something. But yeah, very interesting. This would be the view. It would be nicer on a sunny day. But look, it's Ireland. The weather hasn't changed in 50 years. See the nettles, fireplace, chimney, Fiona. Following these boys all the way home. Look at one does. Damn boy! Look, girl, look at that bod. So this one is a slightly more modern style house, but it's definitely abandoned. And all the shutters are closed. And it's built right next to a really old one here. But not much to see. Oh cool. So there's a window broken down in here, and that's what it looks like. Very cool. You can see the old style kitchen unit for storage. Another old school thing here. And the doors, very old Irish, very cool. You do see extreme throwbacks to a time. If you've ever seen the Banshees of Inisherin, it's a real kind of what this style of house would have looked like. I'll just throw the camera up there because I can't really see. I'm not inside the house, but you can see in here the fireplace, the wooden settee. The wooden stairs. This is exactly what it would have been like in the west of Ireland and rural parts of Ireland in the 60s and 70s. Well, probably even before that, probably the 40s, 50s Ireland. And then the more rural you are, like on the islands here, it would have been like that up until a later date. Which is very interesting, a great throwback, and very worthwhile to visit here to Gola Island. So, sheep are like people that are strolling around the path. And we're leaving Gola Island. Leaving Gola Island, and the weather has turned us seriously poor, but we had a good time on it. Back on the ferry. It's the last we'll see of the island ever.
There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, and I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day we said goodbye.